For Betrayals WWE has teased for the 2026 Royal Rumble. The 2026 Royal Rumble is just a day away, and it could see several massive twists. WWE has teased multiple betrayals for the upcoming PLE, which could change the landscape completely if they happen. Fans are particularly excited for the traditional Royal Rumble matches, where every person fights for themselves, and alliances can only last so long. Taking advantage of the stakes and the situation, WWE has seemingly planted the seeds for these 4 betrayals. First, the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez are confirmed to be participating in the Women's Royal Rumble match tomorrow. During the kickoff show, Michael Cole asked a question that may have hinted that things aren't okay within the Judgment Day. Cole asked what would happen if they were the last 3 people in the match, to which the trio seemed to struggle to find an answer before being interrupted by Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Second, Logan Paul and Braun Breaker. Michael Cole played devil's advocate and tried to instigate issues between the Vision. The faction has collectively decided that Braun Breaker should win the Men's Royal Rumble match and headline WWE WrestleMania 42. Logan Paul initiated this conversation, to which the rest of the group seemed on board with. However, during the kickoff show earlier today, Cole questioned Logan if he would really sacrifice himself and his championship aspirations to let Breaker win. The Maverick is unlikely to put anyone else above him, and Cole highlighted it perfectly, seemingly teasing a split tomorrow. Third, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to split at the Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are set to participate in the Women's Royal Rumble match, and both want to win it on the SmackDown before the PLE. The duo seemingly got into an argument after Flair suggested that Bliss would help her win the 30-person bout. The 5 Feet of Fury made it clear that their friendship would take a back seat when it came to the Rumble, and even told the Queen that not everything was about her. Before the argument could progress, they were interrupted by the Judgment Day. Fourth, Braun Breaker and Austin Theory. As mentioned above, the Vision has chosen Braun Breaker to win the upcoming 30-person match. However, can they stay on the same page? When Michael Cole tried to get answers from the other members on the kickoff show, he specifically mentioned that Theory had worked hard to get to this spot and wondered if he was willing to give up a potential WrestleMania main event spot for Breaker. 3 WWE stars Finn Balor can attack and replace in the 2026 Royal Rumble match. This past week on WWE Raw, Finn Balor approached Adam Pearce backstage and declared himself for the Men's Royal Rumble match. Surprisingly, Pearce told Balor that the match was full and that Balor would not be able to enter. The Judgment Day member claimed that things were not over, teasing that he might enter the match a different way. As a result, he could attack another star and take their place in the Royal Rumble this year to make room for himself. With that in mind, here are 3 stars that the former Universal Champion can attack and enter the match in Saudi Arabia. First, J. Evans. The young OG recently suffered a legitimate shoulder injury during the January 19th edition of WWE Raw in Belfast, Ireland. Evans was facing El Grande Americano on the red-branded show, and he seemingly injured his right shoulder. The match was also called off, as he had to be helped to the back by doctors. While he is expected to compete in the Rumble, Evans might still not be fully cleared to compete. As a result, WWE could incorporate this into the storyline. The company could have Finn Balor attack Evans backstage and subsequently have him replace the former NXT star in the match this year. Second, Damian Priest. Damian Priest and Finn Balor had a heated feud after SummerSlam 2024, when Balor caused Priest to lose his World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. While they are now on different brands, they still likely aren't on good terms. Priest drew his entry number for the Rumble match this past week on SmackDown and wasn't happy with it, meaning he could enter early. However, his former Judgment Day teammate could attack him on the ramp and replace him in the match, rekindling their feud. 5 WWE Royal Rumble 2026 surprises that have been spoiled. WWE Royal Rumble 2026 will take place at the King Abdullah Financial District in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This will be historic, as it's the first ever Royal Rumble event in WWE's history to take place outside North America. Wrestling legend Chris Jericho is expected to show up at the Royal Rumble, as his contract with All Elite Wrestling is reported to have expired last year. However, there's no confirmation, and it's only speculated. At the same time, there have been a few surprises that have been spoiled ahead of the mega event. In this video, we shall discuss those 5 superstars whose participation in the Royal Rumble matches has already been spoiled. First, Oba Femi. Oba Femi vacated his NXT title earlier this month, and since then, there have been rumors of his main roster debut. However, WWE spoiled his Royal Rumble participation on Monday Night Raw this week. During the show, a vignette played, showcasing Oba's accomplishments in the promotion so far. In the end, his name appeared before the Royal Rumble logo. The Nigerian giant is expected to be a huge draw for any show, Raw or SmackDown. He participated. There are even reports that WWE has some big plans for him. It now remains to be seen how he dominates in his first ever Royal Rumble match. Second WWE Hall of Famer, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella has also been spotted in Saudi Arabia, and the fans are now confirmed about her return at the Royal Rumble. The Hall of Famer returned last year at Rumble, and since then has been actively appearing on Raw, especially after WrestleMania 41. She competed in the Women's World Championship match against Stephanie Vaquer at Survivor Series War Games last year. Her last appearance came on December 29, 2025, episode of Raw, when she competed in a triple threat match for the WWE Women's World title against Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez. After losing the bout, Nikki has been away from the shows and was said to be on a break. She is now anticipated to appear in the Royal Rumble 2026 match, which could also be her last Rumble match. Third, Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana wasn't expected to appear in the Royal Rumble, but he has been seen in Saudi Arabia, and now, fans are confirmed that the NXT superstar will certainly make an appearance in the Rumble match. The Mexican superstar has become extremely popular with the fans because of his unique face paint and his impressive wrestling style. It now remains to be seen how he leaves an impact on the men's Royal Rumble match. Fourth, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was anticipated to give a huge surprise at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. However, the OTC1 gave the spoiler by declaring his participation on SmackDown last week. During the show last week, a video aired showing Roman Reigns' previous appearances. After this, it was officially announced that Reigns will be participating in the Royal Rumble. And it's not just him participating. Roman Reigns is expected to win the match this year, and head to WrestleMania 42's main event. He has won the tournament only once in 2015, and since then, he has participated in numerous Rumble matches, but hasn't won any. It remains to be seen if Reigns will walk out with a win. Fifth, Brock Lesnar. Just like Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar has also not appeared on any WWE show since the Survivor Series War Games match last year. He was also expected to return at the Royal Rumble and surprise the fans. However, Lesnar also spoiled his return by calling Pat McAfee during his show and telling him that he would be participating in the Royal Rumble match in Saudi Arabia. And not just that, the Beast Incarnate said that he will win the match. Brock Lesnar has won the Royal Rumble twice, 2003 and 2022, in his career. It will be interesting to see if he will win, most probably, the last Royal Rumble of his WWE career.